I got to make sure I do all this right. Hello, everybody. I am here. I am here. I am here. Just a second. Do. No, that's not it. There we go. Found the button. Found the button. So how is everybody? Is that it? Oh, that's why. That's why. There we go. Okay. Okay. Get all my shit out of the way. Get all my crap out of the way. It's like, I'll get a couple of things done while I'm waiting for 3 o'clock to come and go. And I look up and it's 3 o'clock. I should set an alarm. I really need to set an alarm for myself when I am coming in to a live and know that I've got something else I want to take care of first. Anyway. So I got two things happening, and I just fucked one of them up. So I got to fix it. Wait a second. The last time I did a video, I was doing, I'll show you in a second. I just fucked that up, so I got to fix it. Last time I was doing a video, doing a live, I made this guy. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the center, I was practicing on trying to do a perfect point and then ended up, there we go, those right there. This one side didn't sew in right. And I figured out what I did wrong. And I thought, well, I'm going live today. I might as well show you guys what I did wrong. And of course, the very first thing I did as I'm trying to get squares ready to do it and show you, I fucked up the square. And it's like, well, it's going to go wrong anyway. But anyway, so how you guys? How is everybody? Everybody's here to see who won the quilt. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. We're going to get to that. I'm just spinning around. I also need a bowl. I need a bowl or a dish or something. I need a bowl. We can dump these out. We can dump out like 100 of these and make room in the dish. There we go. Okay. I'm learning from Peggy's mistakes. This is something I've been pretty open about. If I haven't said anything lately, I'm learning too. So sometimes you guys are watching me make a mistake, and in the next video, it's going to be watching me figure out how I made the mistake and what went wrong, right? I figured out what went wrong over there. I figured out what I did wrong, and I want to see if I can replicate it so I can show you guys what went wrong. I think I'm going to do the draw like right away, though. I think I'm going to do that. We realized that we weren't set up. We were not set up properly for doing a draw. I've got to figure something else out. Next time I do a draw, I think I'm going to, the one draw we did, the most successful draw that we did, I just had a link and then everybody went and put in their email address. And then I just printed off everybody's names, and then I could directly contact the winner, because it's kind of the honor system, right? You want to make sure that you want to make sure that it's not some person going, I'm just going to contact her and say, oh, I'm the winner, whatever, right? So let's see. Anyway, I'm stopping and starting because I'm just not paying attention right now. But hello, everybody. Indigo Violet, Gail, Pink Divination, some lurker. Who's lurking? That's probably my wife. She likes to lurk when she has time. So I am just folding up all of these and in different names. They're all different. They're all different lengths. There wasn't a lot of people that put in for it. So anybody who's here's got a really high chance of winning, which is always good news, right? So I'm just going to get these folded up in the little dish. Maybe I should fold them a second time. It might be hard to... Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. So this is not what you're winning today. This is. I have such a mess today. I have such a huge mess today. Such a huge mess. This. Who remembers what this is? Let me see. Am I in the camera? If the chair's out of the way, I'll be in the camera. Ugh. I can't see the chat from here, so keep each other entertained while I put this out and give you guys a reminder. The very, very, very pink Brigid's cross. This was the quilt I did a speed run for. Yeah, Lisa picked the color. She's like, it needs to be bright. It needs to be really, really bright. So now this was done as a speed run. There are no mistakes. This came out exactly as intended, and it's already had its first wash. So when you're doing this kind of style like this is got, oh, what do you call it? You wash something and then it doesn't quite misaligns a little bit. But that's why I did a really wide fold over on this so that it would catch all of this stuff. This has had its first wash, so there's some shrinkage, right? And things shrink in different directions in different ways. This is done with flannelette instead of regular batting, so it is a more of a summer. You can use it any time of the year, obviously, but it is more of a summer quilt. I like to show this part off. And I'm not expressing it very well. Yeah, it is. This is a summer blanket. This is definitely, yeah, it fits. Oh, the Barbie fad. Oh, wow. Forgot about that. So this is how, once these boho blankets get their first wash, they get these little, well, like this part right here, these little imperfections start showing up, right? This is a style that I really, really like. Everything's sewed down properly. Everything's perfectly. The seams are matching where they're supposed to match, right? Everything's where it's supposed to be. That's all there. But in these boho styles, they're perfectly imperfect. One of the reasons I'm still a beginner, right? And one of the reasons why I really, really, really like, it's beautiful and I hope everything is okay with her. I'm not sure who her you're referring to. I'm easily confused. That's just me. Okay, anyway. So perfectly imperfect. Every single seam is done properly. There are no missed spots. Everything's where it's supposed to be. And the more you wash it, the more everything settles into where it's supposed to be. And this is what a quilt looks like after it's been washed for the first time. I get on my little high horse about it. And I don't know how to explain it in a way that doesn't sound like I'm bitching. Let me get this folded back up. It's already had its first wash because I like to, when it comes to quilts, I like to make sure that they're washed for the first time, so that you know exactly what's happening here. Sometimes when you're working with long pieces of fabric, they end up touching the floor, and we do have dogs, and I want to make sure that there's no dog hair getting on stuff. And it's a good opportunity for me to, you can sew two pieces of fabric together, right? But if something's not quite sewn properly, it's not going to show up until after it's been washed for the first time. So this gives me an opportunity to do a proper full inspection, but I love how this comes out. It's like, the flannelette does not require any, I let it touch the floor, so now I'm going to have to run the lint roller over it before I package it, but that's okay. Anyway, I love to show quilts. I love to show the little imperfections that show up after a quilt's been washed the first time, because there are a lot of wonderful people doing amazing stuff online. I mean, that's where I get a lot of my ideas from, just from watching other people. And so whenever I have a quilt that's been washed and can show it on camera, I like to do so, because once something's been quilted, most people that are doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, most people that are quilting for the camera are not. If you do not want these effects, if you do not want this boho perfectly imperfect effect, you have to wash all of your fabric in advance, all of it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I do way too much, right? Most of what I do doesn't need to be washed. Anyway. Because I've heard from people, not directly, indirectly, seen them in the comments or whatever, saying, I tried your design, and then once I washed it, it looked like shit. Okay. And it doesn't look like shit. It does not look like expected, because when somebody's doing a video, they don't, when I'm doing, okay, I've done plenty of videos already. Like, okay, I've got this one here. Okay. See all the perfectly imperfect, everything's got a little bit of a wrinkle. There's a bit of a wrinkly theme happening where the fabric is just, fabric shrinks in two directions, and they shrink more in one direction than the other. So you get this perfectly imperfect. This is fine. It's perfect. Thank you. Yeah, it makes it one of a kind. Now look at this one. Let's take a second look at this one. See how there's not a single wrinkle? See how it's nice and this is not something that should ever have to be washed. Okay? This is not something that should have to be washed. You would if you're using it as a accent piece or whatever, you may want to wash it, but you don't have to. So this one here has none of that perfectly imperfect wrinkling happening. If this gets washed, that's what I should do. That's what I should do. I should do one of these up and then wash it. If this gets washed, you're going to have that spot I showed you where the fabric is a little puckered going in the one direction. You're going to have, now this is a smaller piece using smaller stitches with smaller gaps, right? But you're going to have a bit of that on this. Because this, I created this using the exact same technique that I created this with. These are bigger. The little ripples and wrinkles are bigger. They're more obvious, whatever. And it's perfect. The boho, I love the boho. I love the boho look. Yeah, cozy. So the thing is that I am absolutely in love with that style, and that I'm in love with that style and that look, because then it lets you sew with confidence. I'm not. Okay, this is not going to win me any contests. I'm not going to win a contest with this bag. Sorry, I make bags, so I say bag a lot instead of saying quilt. I'm not going to win a contest with this quilt, but somebody is going to be very, very, very comfortable with this quilt, right? But I love to get it up on camera and show people how it looks, how the final feel is going to be. Because when people, it's the boho look, it's great, right? Thing is that what ends up happening though is you watch a video, especially if you're a sewer, if you're a sewer and you're used to doing things a certain way, and then this was my speed run, and I carry fabric in my house. If you went out and bought the fabric for this, if you're gonna try and duplicate this speed run, and you go out and you buy the fabric and you do all the things and you put this together, and then you wash it and end up with this look, and you weren't expecting it. It's not about what's right or wrong. This is perfect. I'm very happy with the results here. But if this is one of your first projects and you're going to try and do this, because it's easy, it's really, this is a really easy. Hi, Dreamtime Tarot. This is a really easy pattern to make, especially as your first project. It's a really easy project to make if you're using flannelette instead of regular batting, because flannelette is a fabric all by itself and won't pull apart. Whereas batting will and needs all the extra sewing, right? This is minimal sewing to get down. Okay. So going back in a big ass circle, just because I love to show how this is actually going to look, because fabric is expensive. If I were going to the store right now, I only used 2 fabrics. It's like, okay, now don't forget, I buy my fabric. When I can, I buy fabric in bulk. And I remember when I did the video that you guys could see that I had 2 bolts of fabric that I was cutting stuff off of, right? So I got a good deal on the fabric, but this is still pricey. This is not, I don't want to say, I don't know how to describe it. For me, it's fine. For me, this is like, oh yeah, this is fine. I mean, I'm even going to write off the cost of these materials as a business expense. But especially if your income or well, budgeting, everybody budgets for a reason. People have high incomes and have strict budgets. People have low incomes and have no budgets. Everybody has their own thing, right? Anyway, if you are expecting it to look like this forever, this is nice and okay, except for the problem with the points. Everything else is nice and smooth and exactly where it's supposed to be, right? And then you wash it for the first time and get this, you're going to go, oh my God, I wasted my money. I didn't. Okay, so this is about expectation. I am literally talking in circles. I don't know what I got today. This is caffeine free. I don't know what my problem is today. Maybe I miss you guys. That's why I'm excited. Anyway, I wanted you guys to get a couple of close-ups of what this type of boho quilting looks like once it's been washed. Once you get into the close-up, because when people are showing videos, showing themselves quilting on TV, on YouTube or on TV, wherever it is, if you follow the social channel, you don't see what this looks like after it's been washed. And I've heard from so many people, just off and on, just like I said, seeing comments on social media, they'll keep comments directed to me. If I'd known what it was going to look like after it was washed, I would have blah. You got two choices. If you're doing these kind of projects, you can wash and iron everything first. Then you will minimize that shifting. Accept the shifting as a fact of life, which I love. I absolutely love it. Like both blankets, every blanket, Wait a second. I've got a couple that I didn't do that way. Yeah, let me go get this one. I'll go get this one. This is my TED Talk. This is today's TED Talk. This exact same design. Okay. This is the one I did for Lisa. Exact same design, exact same pattern. The only thing that changed, the only thing that was different about this is that instead of doing a single piece of fabric, I made a long strip out of this, right? But then you get in close. Again, okay. This is just okay. Let's get to the punchline on this. I've talked to people that are convinced that they have ruined their quilts when this has happened. Or, you know, you make this long and you've got a table runner. I've talked to people who've been convinced that they have ruined their projects by washing them, that they've done something wrong, they've done this and they've done that. They haven't. If you're following along, if you're sewing along with videos online and stuff like that, you're talking about people who are not showing you there's the finished product, everything's done. I showed you guys this as the finished product. I don't think I showed it to you after it was washed, but look at this. This one's nice and smooth. Look, smooth, no ripples, right? And that's pretty, that's gorgeous. This is the exact same idea. Look at how the cloth itself, look at how the fabric itself is all wrinkled up. Okay. So that is if you're going to sew along with me, this is your intended effect. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. You're not going to make a quilt and never, ever, I'm going to kill my wife. I'm going to kill her. She's had this quilt for over a month now, and there's still, I told her the deal was that after it was washed, this was washed, it would be her job to come along and take care of any loose threads. And I just found another one. Oh my God. Oh no, that was already there. It came off. Okay. I thought I was going to have to start talking about divorce. My God. Anyway. Yeah, it looks more comfy wrinkled, but like I said, if you're people, this is what you see. This is what you see when you see a sewing channel. You don't see that this is going to get that wrinkled effect the first time it gets washed. Now these, I mean these are not really washed, so I don't wash them. I don't wash them too. And by the way, keep that in mind. If you're ever going to get one of these off of my Etsy shop, these are meant to be block clean with a damp cloth. If you do choose to put them in the washer, they will wash fine, but they will have a certain amount of perma wrinkling that's going to show up, kind of like it's going to be perma wrinkling, kind of like this, the small types. It will have a certain degree of perma wrinkling that's going to show up. It will have no effect on anything else, but it will be visible. It will slightly change the appearance. Anyway, I love the way your fabric choices come together. Lisa picked the fabrics for this one. Lisa, I just said to Lisa, so I'm gonna do a speed run. And what do you think are the best? What do you think are the two most complementary things I've got right now that's gonna work? And actually, you know what she said? She said, well, considering that a lot of the people that are gonna be wanting to win this are people that I already know of, you know, from the tarot world, they're probably gonna like this. So actually, Lisa picked the fabric for me and shared it with you guys. She did it with the tarot community. Yeah, exactly, Cheyenne. gets it. Cheyenne gets it. Yeah. Forced by mishandling of a gorgeous handmade quilt. Wait. That might have to, I think it might. I think we're gonna have a talk with her. Anyway, yeah. Lisa does a lot of the picking. This whole everything about what I do started because I would make a bag for Lisa, a bag for the internet. So we kind of already from the very beginning defaulted to mostly where Lisa's preference. Not mostly. I do. It's about half and half now. But initially, it was almost all what Lisa wanted. It was almost all Lisa's style. Then over time, I'm like, well, I'm gonna sell close fabrics. And I like two. Everything has to be paid. Anyway, we're gonna do the draw right now. Get that over and done with. And like I said, I'm not apologizing. I'm just explaining because I talk to people regularly who, I don't know. I'm just going to, it's 21 minutes in and I've said the same thing over and over and over again. I get it. I get ever so slightly repetitive when I'm on my high horse about something. I love watching quilting videos online to get ideas for new quilts and new styles and new this and new that, but they never, ever show you what a quilt looks like after it's been washed. So then when you go home they never show you what a quilt looks like after it's been washed. And most of them don't pre-wash their fabrics. If you pre-wash your fabrics, you'll eliminate, if you're looking at this going, that's weird, I don't like that. If that's not working for you, then just wash your fabrics first. And it's really simple. There's only a couple of things you have to know about washing your fabric first. Super, super easy. And maybe that's something I will go over because I don't, just because I don't wash my fabrics doesn't mean I don't know how, right? There's only one thing you need to know. If you're going to wash your fabrics first, you have to, any loose edge, you have to sew it down. So you just got to go, you take your fabric and you just zigzag the raw edges slightly and then just throw it in the wash. You don't have to do anything special for where the washing is concerned. Wash it, dry it like you would normally any other fabric. Just make sure that make sure your end cuts are all like, so for this, do I have anything that makes sense here? Yeah. Okay. Let's get that. Okay. This piece here, that's the selvage. You don't need to sew that. Okay. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life is happy wife, new business venture. Basically, you have to buy fabric. You can buy fabric. You can buy flat eights. They can get pricey and pointless. It's about the same price to buy a quarter yard as it is to buy a fat eight. So unless you're just really killing yourself to avoid buying fabric, you just get yourself a quarter yard of fabric, makes 2 drawstring bags. It's like, what am I going to do with the extra? I'll make one for the internet. Okay. So you decide you're going to wash your fabric first, right? So your selvage ends, you're usually going to buy an entire yard that's going to continue. So you're going to have this end is going to be, you don't need to sew this down. Generally speaking, you're going to come all, if you've got a fat eight, then you're just going to take a zigzag and you're going to zigzag all the way down. Or, if you have a serger. So, but you can even just do this. You can just zigzag the end, and fold it in half because you'll save thread. And just zigzag, throw it in the wash. Cold water, warm, dry. Because it'll be a lot of fabrics will lose a touch of color, just a bit, when you wash them. So you don't want to throw it in hot water. You don't really care about that. You want the hot dry. Anyway, so you're going to do that and wash them first if these types of effects are not appealing to you. But just remember that every single video that you've watched, not every single, most of the sewing videos that you watch online, they do not wash their fabrics first. So if you follow form exactly as they're showing you, the first time you wash it, you're going to get the shrinkage is minor. It's minor, it's negligible, but it does cause the puckering effect. So that is my TED Talk. God, we're 24 minutes in. Let's do the draw. Let us do the draw. Let us see who the winner is. Let's just I'm pretty sure it's shuffling. Yeah, it's moving around. It's moving around all over the place. Okay. So we've got the winner is Lellylemondrop 893. Now that this is a weird thing. When you go into comments after the video, it no longer shows you, okay, what's going on? It no longer shows me people's names. It shows me, I can see your name here in the chat, right? But in the comments underneath, I don't, for some reason, it only shows me your screen name. So that's going to be like, so it's probably going to be Lellylemondrop893@gmail.com is probably how that's going to work. I got to double check with Lisa. I forgot to ask her how that works. So Lellylemondrop, if you are here, you can iron them if you don't like wrinkles, but what's going to happen is, let me just bring that piece up again. If you don't like wrinkles, you can iron them, and on a smaller piece like that, it might be helpful. But what ends up happening is, let's do this one, okay? So these wrinkles are already shallow. They're okay. The lines, the lines, that's the quilting lines. This one has more quilting than the other one does. So when you try to iron this, you're just going to take that little bit of wrinkly and you're going to end up folding it up. It's going to create little pleats everywhere. Now you can still zap it. You can still zap it ever so lightly with a steam iron and beat down some of it, but you can't, they don't iron the same way. And I'm not complaining. I'm not, because I love this style. This thing comes out looking lived in, and that it wants to be lived in from the minute you get it. It's a beautiful style, and I love it. That's why I almost exclusively use it. I gotta save that. Okay, so Lellylemondrop, send me a quick message. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go back. No, I'll do it later. So Lellylemondrop, send me a quick message at plpapez@gmail.com, and we will get you all, I will get your address, and we will get you all set up and get that sent to you. I'm also going to leave a message on, I'm going to go back to the original speedrun video and leave a reply to her comment, to her original comment there, so that she'll get the message that way too if she's not in here today. Anyway, no, these are, I love it when it comes out like this. I really do. I love this effect because it's a blanket. Blankets, it's a quilt. It's a blanket. You're supposed to sleep with it. But yeah, if I'm working on a really important, yeah, yay to Lelly, Lelly lemon drops. Like I said, it's really weird when you go to the comments under any of the videos these days. You see that instead of, I can see your screen name in the chat. I can see everybody's name properly in the chat, but I do not see it in the thing. But I'm going to double check because I think that's the beginning of an automatic Gmail email address that you get. So I can still confirm things. Anyway, yeah, if you're concerned about making sure that it stays as flat as possible, then give it a wash, give it an iron with lots of steam, and then make your project. That's the Coles Note version of what I was going to say, but I love how these turn out. Come on. I let it touch the ground when I folded it out. I love how these turn out like that because they look very comfy, very cozy, and the quality is not impacted at all. Quality is not impacted at all. But yeah, if you're buying one, if you're purchasing one of these for any reason, just damp cloth, cool cloth, cool water, damp cloth. Where am I going to put this? I'm going to put that right there. Anyway, congratulations to the winner. I guess I can get rid of all the rest of it. I can put my clips away. I'm going to put the clips. So basically, now I'm going to start bitching about the other one that I've been holding it up every 5 seconds. I made the other one. I'm just putting my clips away. I made this other one on a live. I was live when I made it. I made this one on a live stream. Let's get my cleavage out of here. Jeez, the cleavage. It is, we're not technically having a heat wave, but what we're having is we had a spike in temperatures, no big deal. We had a spike in temperatures, but the unfortunate problem that happens here is that there was just no time to get used to it. So it has the exact same effect of it might as well be a heat wave for all that's been going on. So I am in tank tops And I still, anyway, I fucked up on my last video. Not my last video, the video that I was making this on. Let's do that. There we go. I'm just going to belch while I'm at it. Just sorry, guys. Is that it? Picture layout. Come on. Oh, I got to take that down. What? This is not being my friend. Okay, I can't get it to work the way I want it to. For some reason, StreamYard does not like. Ah, there we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Look at that. I'm like learning stuff every day. Every day I do a video, I'm learning some new stuff. Okay, so what happened here was I was working on the idea of perfect points. And I've got that point is fine. That point's okay. And then look, these points. At that point, there is no point. There's no point there. It did not. It was supposed to come in. It was supposed to come in and meet right there. I put the stitching in the ditch because you got to quilt all this down. I put the stitching in the ditch there to hold it down. So this black is supposed to be all the way down the corner. And I was like, how? I did a trick that I've known about forever of using a pin. Where are they? There's my pins. I did a trick. I did a trick to pin and pull this in. And it's like, how did that not work when it's worked every other time? Oh, it's 116 in Las Vegas. That is fucking crazy. That is, no, it's not even that hot here. We went from like 23 Celsius, but we had an immediate and abrupt spike up to 33. And it does not seem like it, but when you've been trucking along at about 23 all summer, and suddenly you get a 10 degrees Celsius is like, I think 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was sudden. It was a sudden temperature spike. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? I've got my microphone off to the side because it's the best place for me to put it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I think I figured out what I did wrong. So we're going to screw around for a while. I'm giving this away, by the way. I'm giving this away. Maybe I can give it away live. You guys want to do a live giveaway and give away this one today too? I got a thing I can screw around with. Ouch. Yeah, yeah, your jewelry would be burning you. That's like, wow. No. Let's go over here. I'm gonna play with something. Let's try something. If it doesn't work, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Choose a broadcast. Let's do that one. Hashtag. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna do a live giveaway, guys. Let's play with this. I gotta learn how to do this anyway. So okay. Ooh, I did it. Okay, I think I did it right. Okay. Hashtag gimme. Let me see if I did it. GIMME. Gimme. Hashtag gimme if you want to win this. We're going to do the draw in just a few minutes. Nope, we are not anywhere near any fires this year. We usually have a fire season that blows through on a regular basis, but we got lucky this year and haven't really had much of anything. Last year was bad. Last year we had a bad fire season. Okay, so let me just double check to make sure this goes where I put it. I've already had to trim it once. I'm kind of trying to do two things. Okay. I'm just off here. There it is. Okay, did that one right. So hashtag gimme. We'll do the draw in a couple minutes. So this is no big deal. I don't think it's sellable because that's just too much of a gap. It's off by just too much. Okay. So there was a trick that I did, and we're going to go over that in a second. By the way, anywhere I will ship this anywhere in the world. I know I can't ship everything in the shop anywhere in the world just because Etsy is weird, but I will ship this. I will ship this anywhere that you happen to be to the winner. So if you're not nearby, let me get this back. Let me see if I can use this camera. Ugh. Let me see if I can get that. Let me see if I can defeat the glare. There is a... Oh, that made it worse. Look at that. That's worse, man. Okay. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redo this perfect point, and I'm gonna see. I think I know where I went wrong. I think I know where I made my mistake. And if I'm correct, look at this. I got lights everywhere. There is a built-in light right on the. There's a built-in light under here. Most machines have them, and it's just the exact right kind of light that it's a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. But I do need it to see what I'm doing. So let me see if I can get a little closer. Can I get a little closer without screwing things up really badly? Oh, this might be a really cool. Okay, this won't work if I'm doing big projects. I'm always like, honey, help me. So basically, these are not 100% lined up. What you want to do, this is called nesting. You want to make sure that this and this, the orange on either side, are butted right up against each other. Make them nice and tight. I'm not worrying about whether or not I didn't even check. I'm not doing any particular design here. I didn't even check. If I end up with a design, it's going to be accidental. So there's that. I'm not backstitching either. So perfect. Perfect. These are done exactly the way I want them. I'm just going to finger press now. Yep, I'm just going to finger press. So let me see what we got right now. So we've got that one there. That's a point. Now remember I talked about there's going to be an extra 1/4 inch up off the top here. That's supposed to be there, right? Now this one here, the gray one is ever so slightly higher than the orange one, and that's okay. I'm still within the tolerances. Now, what I did last time was I did this. Where's my pin? I put things down and now I can't find them. I found some pop though, so I'm gonna drink a little bit of it. There's my pins. Okay. I am so organized. It's amazing how organized I am, people. Every time I try to, you get the action shot. Okay. What I did last time. Did you know that when it comes to your pins, okay, I'm putting them into a strawberry here, right? Some pins are a little smoother than others, and if you really pay attention when you're pulling them out of your little wherever you're keeping, if you're keeping your pins in something like this, if you pay attention when you're pulling them out of your little strawberry, wherever you can actually like feel the difference, feel which ones are dragging a bit and which ones are not. So what I did last time, it's helpful, especially like I want to make sure everything's placed exactly right. So I'm gonna get this the easiest pin. Okay, so where this is crossed by that is where I want to put a pin, and I can double check that by okay. You want your pin to come out right there, right at that point. Okay, so that's where it's going to be, and that's where it came out. Can you see the pin? That's where it came out. Okay. So what I did before was I did that. Now I know that one's off the tiniest bit, so I'm just going to put it halfway between that orange and that orange up there. I'm just going to put the pin in halfway. So I'm going to have one that's not going to be perfect. So what I did before was I had it like this. Okay. Now, the trick is pin these two together. Let me get the camera back out of the way a little bit so I can get my hands up here. Okay, the trick is to pin these two together. What I think I did wrong is look at this. Okay, so that's up there and that's up there. So we've got, see, there's a gap, right? I put the gap into B just so you can get the idea. What I did was I pinned these together, and then I went like that to put my pin in. Okay, but look at this. Get my pin back in there. My pin came up because I'm clumsy. That's okay. Okay, so when you do it this way, give them a little bit of space and watch what happens. Can you guys see this? Like, maybe I'm going to bring up the other camera. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of it on this camera. Is that what I'm doing? That's not what I want to do. Yeah. Okay. So what I got going on here, imagine that there's a bigger gap, and then you're going like this, pushing it down, pushing it back again. Well, you've just pushed everything off center. That's what I ended up doing. So basically, and I double checked. I literally looked up a couple of tutorials to go, what did I do wrong here? You know what they do? They put the pin in, They push everything nice and close. They put the pin in, they push everything nice and close together. Of course, now I've got my one seam goes that way, one seam goes that way. That will also help. Okay. They get everything nested. They get everything nested in there the way that they want it. They get their seams pushed over the way that they want them. They get everything nested in there beautifully. They go right there. Look, it came out where. Now these can still. So basically, what I discovered was these can still shift. With the pin in there, if you are moving them around a bit, just the fact of that infinitesimal gap where the pin is can shift in. What you're supposed to do is leave the pin alone. Don't move the pin. Use the pin to hold use the pin to make sure that everything's where you want it to be. And then come back with a clip. Come back with a clip to hold everything in place. And then you can just, here, I'm gonna switch cameras, and then I'm gonna hold my hands down where you can't see a thing. This is what you're supposed to end up doing. If you are prioritizing perfect points, now let's see. Now, this is what I saw on the internet. Oh, thanks, Cheyenne. Okay. Now, this is what I saw on the internet. I saw the pin, and I saw that people were clipping. But what I missed is once the pin is in, you don't really want to be wiggling that pin because it pushes the two. It can push one above the other or below the other, however your perspective is, and it can move them around in ways that you don't want to move around. So then you take the pin back out. Or you can leave the pin in. You can leave the pin in if you want. Let's bring that other camera back up again so we can get back. Let's do the thing. I'm not weird. You're weird. No, I'm not weird. I am weird. I don't care. I don't care. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you go. There we go. Okay. Okay. So you can take the pin out or you can leave the pin in, whichever is your comfort zone. That's what I've seen so far. So now now that I've got it up on the deck, you know, all this shit has fancy names, and do you think I use any of them? So now I didn't push it out of place. Okay. I got the pin where I needed it. I used the pin as the holder while I put other things in place. That's the part I missed. So let's see if I'm right though. This is because don't forget, I'm still learning too. I sew all the time, but I am not necessarily a quilter. This one, yeah, okay, that went right there. Okay, so the second part of the trick, if the points matter that much, because the presser foot can push things and make them shift too. So start in the middle. Now, when you actually have skill, which I don't have, you start here and go all the way down. I'm not doing that because if something shifts, I'm going to be even more disappointed, right? But now I wanted to test something else out today too. So I think you'll notice that this and this aren't necessarily the same size. So then I just do whatever you need to do to get this back lined up the way you want it. Okay, so I'm not going to start here. I'm going to overlap the existing stitch line that I just put in. I'm going to overlap with that a little bit. That's why I never back stitched. You absolutely have to do it manually so that you can go almost to the end and give it the tiniest little shift if you need to do that. Okay, cross your fingers that I'm understanding it correctly this time. Cross our fingers, cross our fingers. You are watching me either fail or succeed in real time. Isn't that awesome? Okay, fingers crossed. Let's see what we did this time. Okay, yeah, I'm a lot happier. Okay, let's come over here. Let us come over here. So what I've got, actually, you know what? I'm going to do it this way because I keep doing it the fucked up way. So what I got this time is I've got, now this side is still not perfect. So obviously I need to do a little bit of practicing. But if you remember when I did the thing, it was, yeah, it's not as good. I was still I've only got this one is off now. This last time they were all off. When they're like this is not a big deal. That's still a little bit off. So I do think it's just a matter of practice now, though. Because I think that's, I don't know. Let's get this one back up. Do you think it? Because that one was off and that one's down too low. And that one's off. And all four of these don't meet in the center. And now it's just the one that's, the rest of these are acceptable. This is just the one that's a little off, but we knew that one was off when I started. Yeah, okay, I'm good with that. I still need to practice. Practice makes perfect. Where are we going? There we go. So let us give me this away. This is, by the way, I never give you guys the measurement or anything. It's not a huge one. This is 13 by 13. It's a 13 by 13. It is bad. It's got regular, I believe it's got regular batting in it. It's washable. Like I said, it's washable, but we talked about the slight wrinkling effect, blot dry. And it's also, you're not going to see it until it's in your hot little hands. Yeah, you can see some of the, it's quilted on the back as well. It's got a nice little crisscross going through here. It's not going to be as easy to see, but you'll be able to feel it. Anyway, we're going to do the draw. Ooh, what's going on here? I think Lisa heard me talking shit about her. I think she's in. Is my wife here? Now let's see if I did this right. Draw. No. I'm not gonna look away. I'm gonna look away. Okay, settings. Oh no, oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do it this way. Okay. Can I do that? Ah, are you fucking kidding me? What did I do? I'm still learning how to use this, guys. I fucked up. Still the same hashtag. Oh, it's still there. Okay. Okay, I can't figure this out. So we're going to do this. Ugh. How is that for like Inception? I can't figure it out, and I want you guys to see it go. So we are going to go. Come on. You do it. You do it. You do it. So we're just going to go over there, but you guys should be able to. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, you guys can see my screen now. Okay, who's going to win? Dreamtime Tarot has won the giveaway. What am I doing? That's the one I want. Dreamtime Tarot. Oh my God, that's not even going to let me do anything. There. How's that for Inception, kids? Did you guys see? Nah, I figured it out. Dreamtime Tarot is the winner. So I just need, obviously don't put it on the stream. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'll get Lisa to show me how to do this properly later. Yeah, I hit a wrong button or did something because all of a sudden it was like just not even up anymore, but it was cool. It was cool. But anyway, that can go over there now. So just let me see if I can do this without screwing it up. Yeah, infinite view. It's like, okay. Well, okay. Did you guys actually see it? Please tell me you actually saw it and that I did it right. Just send me an email there. Congratulations. Congratulations to Dreamtime Tarot. Just send me an email to that email address. I just need your mailing address. That's all I need. If you have, people have privacy concerns, and that's fine. If you are not comfortable giving me your personal mailing address, a mailing address is fine. I just need to hear from you and get that from you. So just send me a quick email over there, and then we will get it in the mail. Actually, we're doing shipping tomorrow. Yay! Yeah, so now we know. Okay, so that's one cheap. Basically, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to come up and take over. I'm supposed to be able to bring it over and show it on and let it take over this screen. so you guys can see it properly instead of me having to screw around with the cameras. But at least it works. At least I got it to work. That's all I care about. So Dreamtime Tarot wins this. And oh my God, where did it go? There it is. And Lellylemondrops wins the quilt. Wins that. So thanks for putting up with the TED Talk. Thanks for tolerating my TED Talk for the last hour. But yeah, I'm still learning. So you guys are going to see me screw up as I'm doing stuff. I know I'm spending a lot of time on I'm spending a lot of time agonizing over half square triangles. And yeah, see, I still don't like that. It's still off a little too much for my liking, but I can definitely, yeah, I liked making this one. It was fun. You're going to like it. I'm still not too happy with that, but I will say, let's get back out to here. Okay. Let us screw around with this pink quilt again. This is how it's going to look on a quilt. Okay. So you've got me trying not to let this touch the floor again. This is a quarter of a quilt. This is a 30-inch piece, right? That's where it's going to sit. So I can live with that. I can live with this level of quality as a single square on a quilt that's that big. Well, you guys know how big it is. I had it up earlier. So yeah, it's all relative to size. I will say that, and I think if I had a quilt, I think if I was making a pinwheel that was this big, and that was the center, I still don't think I'd care. I don't think I would care too much. Now I'm not sure how I feel. I do think I need to improve on them a little bit. I think I need to improve on them a little bit before selling it. This is going to be noticeable. And everybody has their own standards on what's too noticeable, but I do think I want it to be a little bit better. I think I want it to be just ever so slightly better than this even before I would be willing to sell it. But anyway, that's fine, because as I'm learning how to make these, I can make other things and have plenty of giveaway stuff. But anyway, I started to say, and then I distracted myself. The half square triangle, just this alone as a block, is a very foundational piece in quilting, period. You'll find it everywhere. It's all over the place. It's even the simplest, even the most complicated designs have these in it. So that is something that you have to, you don't have to master it. There's plenty of ways. I've been quilting for a while now and haven't mastered this yet. There's plenty of other things you can do. But if you want to do pinwheels and more complicated designs and stuff like that, then it is something you have to get at least practice. You have to get at least enough practice with them to get something that you're happy with. I'm happy with this as quilting. So I just I'm busy, so I'm probably just going to make the decision that I'm going to use this as a quilting patch and then worry about that later. The skill comes with time. Just doing it comes with time. I would not sit down with 20 yards of fabric and just bust these out until I perfect it. So I'll use them. I'll use these in other projects where it can be. I'll use them in other projects where being off by this much is absolutely no issue whatsoever. But I'm not going to try and do precision work with them just yet. So we'll see. But I got plenty of other stuff that I do. So thanks for hanging out, Jackie. And I enjoy having somebody to chat to while I'm learning a new skill. And I especially love having somebody to chat to. This is why I go on about it all the time. I love having somebody to chat to that understands that I'm still learning too, so that if I make a mistake, I'm happy to be corrected. I'm happy to go, oh, that didn't work out. I'm going to go back and figure out what I did wrong. And if you guys have any tips, thoughts, or ideas, if you guys have a resource like, oh, I watch this channel and they go over fine details like that all the time, I would love to hear about it. So yeah, I like hanging out. I just like having somebody to hang out with when I'm just doing stuff. Right now, I'm supposed to be making bags. I'm making bags this week. I'm focusing on making large bags, large drawstring bags. I have been promising them for a while, and then every single time Lisa took her week off. I'm going to blame her. I'm going to blame the wife. Lisa took her week off. So we took care of other things that we've been putting off and whatever. So I didn't get as much sewing done, which was fine. I got some done. Then last week she got a cold. She got a summer cold. Has anybody ever had a summer cold? Those things are brutal. They are freaking crazy. So she got a summer cold, which she hasn't been super, super ill. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to blame you, honey, but thanks. Thanks for volunteering. She picked up a summer cold. So if anybody's ever had a summer cold, it's weird because you're not super, super sick, but you're not healthy either. So you're just miserable. It's like it's the middle of summer. I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. What's going on? So we get hit with our version of a heat wave. Like I said, it's not because it's that hot. It's just because we spent the whole summer with a different thing. We spent the whole summer with different conditions. So this sudden spike just killed us. It was just like, oh my God, I can't handle this. It's just too much. I guess it's like jumping into a hot tub, right? It's like, okay, this is fine. And then 10 minutes later, you're going, I'm not used to this. I need to get out. Same thing. Yeah, you're doing a lot, but she's doing a lot better today. Like I said, it was mostly about just being grumpy, miserable, and tired because a summer cold just does that to you. But anyway, so I've been on for almost an hour. I'm like, oh, what am I going to say for an hour? And apparently I'm going to say the same thing over and over and over again. But anyway, anybody who wants to challenge themselves to do a half square, to do a pinwheel or something where they have to bring these points in, I would love to. I don't know. Well, I would love to see it, but then where the heck am I going to see it? Lisa's fine. Lisa's fine if you're rude. You're not being rude. We're just glad you guys are coming in to hang out. I found something else, though, and I'm probably going to leave the camera. I'm probably going to switch over and start. Hey, Moira. I'm probably going to switch over and do a regular video to put up next week or something because I found a really cool technique that lets you do something interesting that doesn't require you to have perfection in your, the goal here is perfect points, where the points are perfect. Yeah, you know what? From this distance, I don't know how big your resolution is. From this distance, what I'm seeing on my camera, I can't even really see it. I can't even really tell. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that, but I'll be happier with some more practice to get. Oh, that's okay, Moira. Yeah, I'm just getting ready to head out. Lisa showed up late too, so we can blame it all on her. I have to blame somebody today. We already did the giveaway. Lellylemondrops won the quilt, and I did a giveaway on this and Dreamtime Tarot, this tarot mat, padded, quilted, whatever you want to call it. And Dreamtime Tarot won that. So all I need to do is get the addresses, and then we'll get these on the way, and then we'll go from there. But I'm glad you had a chance to show up. I also figured out what I did wrong. If you're going to rewatch, I figured out what I did wrong in getting these points on, because when I did this on camera last week, I don't know when. I'm just confused today. So I figured out what I did wrong. I got a much better result this time, and now I just got to practice it. And maybe once I get a little bit more practice, some of this stuff might start showing up in the shop too. You never know. But anyway, I did come across a really cool idea that I want to play with. I saw a video, and instead of doing a triangle like this, they started just off from the center, and then just kind of went like this. And then sewed them together so that nothing's supposed to line up for perfect points, and it looked really, really cool. Oh, cool. Okay, I will go look for that. Yeah, we'll get that in the mail, and then I'll get the address on the other one, and we'll get that one in the mail. And as always, if for some reason we've been doing this, we've been keeping this as a policy on Lisa's channel forever and ever and ever, and I'm going to go to the same policy as if for some reason the person doesn't claim it, which you just did, so you're fine. You're fine, Dreamtime Tarot. If for some reason the person does not claim the prize, I'll have a second draw later, or maybe this is a full-size quilt, maybe donate it or something like that. So, because I've got another quilt idea already on the go, and I might be doing that soon. But anyway, we will see. So I'm gonna get going. Oh my God! Okay, 59 minutes and 26 seconds. If I can talk for another 30 seconds, I will have exactly an hour. Is it worth it? Yeah, we've been having it so far. It's starting off to be a good week. This week we actually look like we're getting some rain coming in, so we're going to get back down to temperatures that we're used to, which is what's going to matter. But yeah, I just put I turned all the fans to sew back into my little corner here. My corner back here has no windows, So I went back here and turned on all the fans, got them all pointed at me yesterday, and just started working on these larges because I've been promising them for weeks now and just haven't got to it. Well, not haven't got to it, haven't had a chance. Between Lisa not feeling well, taking the week off, Lisa not feeling well, heat wave. It's like, let's turn on all the fans. Exactly, hour and 15 seconds, but that's okay. I am going to get going. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget that if you are working on something, don't forget it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be done. And you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.